We welcome you to the Rittenmeyer Center here in Whiting, Indiana, the second game of our doubleheader this evening. And it's Calumet College of St. Joseph's men's basketball here on the Heartland Sports Network as they welcome the Great Lakes Christian Crusaders to town, looking to move their win streak up to 3 games. Had a 5-game win streak earlier this season. They're trying to do the same here. My name is Kyle Mathas. Welcome to the broadcast booth. Should be a pretty fun game. Very competitive game. So buckle in, because I'm sure we're going to have a lot of flashy plays and some high-speed, high-octane basketball here for the next 40-plus minutes. Great Lakes Christian comes into this game 10-7, and they're coming off of a 2-game losing streak to champion Christian and Ohio Christian. And Calumet, meanwhile, they've, how do you say this lightly, they've brought it down to the last play on the last 2 games. But they've won them both, and they beat Judson and Viterbo by both 1 score. It was close games all around the board. Judson, 3-point win. Viterbo, 2-point win. But a win's a win, and this team is 500 on the season. And I'm telling you right now, the atmosphere and the energy here in the Rittenmeyer Center is off the charts. This game should be a ton of fun. Both teams hyped up, excited. Just like the women's game, this game was supposed to be played on December 10th, but was postponed due to snow up in the Michigan area, which postponed the traveling of Great Lakes Christian to the game. Well, we're here on January 12th, and we're ready to go. These 2 teams, like I mentioned in the women's game, basically completely different than where they were at in mid-December. Let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Calumet College of St. Joseph, a place where you belong. We'll start with the 10-7 Crusaders of Great Lakes Christian. They get number 0, Devin Watts, the senior, averaging 12.7 points per game. That's second on the team. He gets to start in this game. He transferred from Mid-Michigan College, took a huge leap from his freshman to sophomore year at Mid-Michigan College, and he transferred to Great Lakes this season. Number 2, Tion Armstrong will get the start as well. The junior, he transferred from Mott Community College, and he had a great sophomore season, 11.3 points per game. Number 5, Savon Campbell gets the start as well. Transferred from Jackson College, and he averaged 15.4 points per game at Jackson College as a sophomore. He was incredible, and that's why they brought him here to play at Great Lakes Christian. Number 13, Latavius Vaughter will get the start as well. I just want to mention the lights going off on the screen. That's not anything about any technical issues. They're introducing the starting lineups right now for Calumet. Continuing on, Vaughter, a transfer from St. Clair Community College. He averaged over 10 points per game with St. Clair and was an all-league honorable mention. And then number 15, Ray Askins, gets the start as well. He's a 6'3 sophomore. He'll be hoping he can have a big game as well. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for the Crimson Wave of Calumet, 7-7 on the season and 4-4 in conference play. Number 0, Cooper Aiken, the transfer, gets the start. He's played excellent defensively over the last couple of games. He came from Highline College, where he averaged over 13 points per game. That was in high school, that is, 13.2 points per game and 10 rebounds per game in high school. Number 3, Kyron Dock gets the start as well. He's had a great game on the offensive, or a great couple of games on the offensive side of things. He's also played great defensively as well. Number 4, Malik Petty. He hasn't scored as much over the last couple of games, but he's still a great defensive player. 7th in the conference in steals per game with 1.6 steals per game. And he's kind of just buying his time, you think. He's going to get a huge game one of these days. Number 11, Tylen Tolliver, who has been incredible, gets the start as well. He had 22 points in the game against Viterbo and his career-high 26 points against Judson last week. And number 25, J. Caleb Slowinski, the graduate student, the all-conference player, gets the start as well. We are underway, and immediately Great Lakes Christian scores. They tip it into the front court, and Devin Watts gets the shot to go. Great Lakes Christian in the black uniforms as the road team. Calumet in their typical gray home uniforms. Malik Petty's double-teamed. Works it around to Aiken, who hoists a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound pulled in from the Crusaders. It's Askins who gets the rebound. And, buckle up, everybody. Like I mentioned before, this game is going to be a high-octane, high-paced game. So just be ready to go. Get a 3-pointer from the corner. Money. It's money from Savon Campbell. And Great Lakes Christian have come to play tonight. up 5-0 early. Here's Slowensky. They're also putting full court pressure on the Crimson Wave as well, which is making things very difficult. By the way, our opening tip-off of the game was brought to you by Central Midwest Carpenters, starting every game on a solid foundation. And right now, the Crusaders have started the game on a solid foundation. But Kyron Dock draws a foul, and he'll get 2 free throws here. Askins is going to pick up his first foul. This trip to the free throw line is brought to you by IU Northwest, your future, your IU. 2 free throws here for Dock. And Dock had 9 points as a starter the last game against Viterbo. He's off the mark on the first free throw. He is 65% from the field this season. Or, 65% from the free throw line this season. From the field, he's 43%. Makes the second free throw. So Calumet is on the board. It's 5-1. Out here looking like a soccer score to open up the game. I thought we were past the fall season. They go up top again in the corner. Askins trying to go 2 for 2, and he's off the mark. Doc grabs the rebound. This team is so good, just like the women's team, in rebounding per game. Both of these teams, they thrive in the rebounding. Man, the Great Lakes Christians bench is absolutely on their feet as they almost forced a turnover. Tolliver thought he was fouled. He thought he got hit in the face. We're going to have an inbound here with 16 seconds on the shot clock for the Crimson Wave. They have a tough game against Olivet on Wednesday. Olivet's number 1 in the conference. Slowensky. Shake and bait, cross up, money. Slowensky hits the shot, and he is on the board. He had a slow game with 8 points against Viterbo, but his team got the win. He started the game off very strong, but he just did not have a good second half. His teammates stepped up big when he needed them to. Armstrong hits the 3 from the corner. And what a start from beyond the arc for the Crusaders, who are up 8-3. 2 minutes into the game. Tolliver. Aiken trying to find the cutter. That's Doc. It's stolen by Vaughter. Up ahead to Armstrong, and they'll have to reset. We appreciate all of you joining us on the Heartland Sports Network. Should be a great game. Vaughter spinning on Slowensky. Oh, what a move. Latavius Vaughter gets the layup to go, and it's 10-3. How does Coach Hawkins calm things down here for Calumet in his 4th season? His team, man, Great Lakes Christian is playing out of their minds right now. There's Doc. The defense is absolutely smothering. It's blanketing. Slowensky crossover move. It's blocked by Vaughter. Up ahead, here comes Watts. Devin Watts, corner pass to Armstrong. Pulls up for 2. It's off the mark, and the rebound pulled in. We got a foul here. It's going to go on Campbell as Petty was run over like a freight train. I think we're going to get maybe a timeout call here by Coach Hawkins, and we will. What a start for Great Lakes Christian. 10-3 lead. 3 minutes in. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after this.
Powers Health is committed to advancing medical care and technology in our area. Cancer research and clinical trials so you can explore new horizons. Heart care expertise with a collaborative team of specialists so you can create more memories together. Northwest Indiana's only certified comprehensive stroke center, so you can cover new ground. When it comes to advanced care, look no further. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
We welcome you back. 10-3 lead for the Crusaders of Great Lakes Christian. What a start for them. Their defense has been unbelievable. I mean, Calumet has had trouble swinging the ball around because Great Lakes Christians, they just always have help defensively. We appreciate all of you watching this game at home, or we appreciate everybody who's in attendance today here at the Rittenmeyer Center. What a drive. Tylon Tolliver is looking to continue his hot run of form over the last couple games. I mean, averaging over 20 points over those last 2 games. There's a near takeaway. Doc dives for the ball, and it goes out of play. Kyle Mathas here, my great producer, Claude Martinez, producing this game. We appreciate him. We basically have a trio of producers who produce our Calumet games. They all do a great job. As here's Armstrong. Oh, he pulls up for 3. That one was on target, just short. Aiken to Doc. Doc splits the defenders, goes inside, lays it up, and doesn't get the basket to go, but it's a blocking foul here. And don't look now. I think that's the second foul on Ray Askins, and it is. He'll have to come out of the game for the time being. First free throw for Doc is off the mark. We're going to get a substitution here. It's going to be Askins. He's going to come out. Sean Goodman, the senior, is in. And Sean Goodman transferred from Wayne County Community College, 5.4 points per game last season in his first year with the Great Lakes Christian Crusaders. Second free throw goes in for Doc. He's 2 for 4 on the game. In this history, the first time these two teams have played, or excuse me, the second time these two teams have played. The first time they played was last year. Doc. Oh, wow. Oh, Kyron Doc flying like Superman and throws it down. Oh, my goodness. Wow. What a dunk by Doc. Goes inside. Here's Watts to respond, and he can't. Aiken flying for the rebound. It's fought for. Campbell gets inside, and Campbell gets it to go. My goodness, if we can get a replay of that dunk at some point. What a shot, and what a bucket from Kyron Doc. Slowinski here resets. Here's Petty. They switch better than anybody in their conference, the Crusaders. Slowinski for 3, can't hit. The last game these two teams played was where Great Lakes won 82-72 at home last season. So CCSJ 0-1 all time against the Crusaders. Slowinski had 25 points last year in that game. That shot won't go. Offensive rebound pulled in. Again, it's another missed shot. They're going to call a foul. Campbell. I don't know who the foul is on here. We'll get a confirmation on the foul after this break. 12-8 lead for the Crusaders. 5 minutes into the... All right, 12-8 lead for the Crusaders over the Crimson Wave. It's a great start offensively for Savon Campbell, 5 points. 4 points for Kyron Doc, leads the team for the Crimson Wave. It's just a matter of who's shooting the 3-ball better right now. Calumet is 0 for 2. The Crusaders are 2 for 4 of Great Lakes Christian. We got 2 free throws coming up here for Campbell. The foul officially was on Petty. That's his first. First free throw is off the mark. Want to mention that we have 2 games coming up on Wednesday. Doubleheader against Olivet. Women's game tips off at 5:30. Men's game at 7:30 right here on the Heartland Sports Network. 0 for 2 from the line for Campbell. And Petty pulls in the rebound. Here's Kyron Doc. Abdoulaye Ba freshly checked into the game for the Crimson Wave. He's a great shot blocker. He's also a great rebounder. And he scores pretty efficiently in the paint, too. Malik Petty gets an open look for 3. And Money hits it from downtown. That three-pointer is brought to you by Tech Credit Union. They're the better option for your financial journey. As Malik Petty is on the board. Calumet needs him to get going offensively in this game because, man, if he does, they're in a good spot. He's such a prolific player, Malik Petty. Here he goes again. Kicks it to the corner for Tolliver. And they'll reset off the miss from the Crusaders. Kyron Doc, oh, he wanted the 3, elected not to take it. 13 on the shot clock for Calumet. Doc's going to get a screen from Ba. Decides to take the 3 instead. Off the mark, long rebound. Pulled in from Devin Watts. And up ahead comes Adam Williams, freshly checked into the game. Good defense by Ba. Great defense on Savon Campbell. Here comes Petty the other way. Ooh, Slowinski wanted to take the shot. He elects not to. I'd like to shoot, or I'd like to see him shoot that shot confidently. He can make those. He takes this shot. It's off the mark, and the rebound goes out of play. We got 2 substitutions. It's Hinton, and it's Quindarius Davis, who had a phenomenal game on Saturday. Comes in for Tolliver and for Doc. 3 substitutions, for the Crusaders. Trey Ruggles comes in, and Tymir Moore will also check into the game. And additionally, number 25, Dame Cochran, is also in the game. They're going to say he traveled on his first touch. But speaking of a great game, Quindarius Davis, a career high in that game against Viterbo on Saturday with 27 points. He was incredible. Him and Tolliver led the way for Calumet in that 2-point thrilling win over Viterbo. Petty. If Davis can get off to the start that he did against Viterbo, maybe we could see another great game out of him offensively. He's just such a high workload player. Bounce pass, here he is. Davis can't hit the shot. That shot hit the rim, excuse me. That ball off the miss by Hinton's tipped out of play. It'll stay here. Fresh 20 on the shot clock for the Crimson Wave, and I'm very impressed by the officiating crew. They saw that ball hit the rim. It was hard to see. They let the play continue. Here's Petty. Bounce pass to Slowinski. Spinning inside. Lost the handle. Gets it back. Davis is open. Drives it inside. Davis. Oh, it's rejected by Goodman. Kicks it ahead here to Williams. Williams driving, kicking. Open look for Ruggles. A three-pointer. It was short. He didn't have the good handle on that. And look at who's all alone. It's Malik Petty. Goes inside and gets it to go. The pass from Davis. And Malik Petty has 5 early points. Could he get himself going early in this game? He's had quiet games by his standards over the last few contests. Driving inside is Williams. Adam Williams can't get the shot to go. Slowinski grabs the rebound. Calumet with the 1-point lead. This great start by the Crusaders has been matched by Calumet as Quindarius Davis hits a 3. And we get a timeout by the Crusaders. Coach Elijah Kess calls a timeout. What a bounce back by the Crimson Wave. We'll keep it here. 16-12. Want to mention Elijah Kess is in his 4th season with the Crusaders of Great Lakes Christian. He actually played for the school and graduated in 2021. He surpassed 1,000 career points and led the Crusaders to being ranked 1st overall nationally in his time with Great Lakes Christian. He has had an amazing time as a player, and he is passionate as a coach, getting into his team right now during the break. And on the other side of things, you have a great coach and Coach Jason Hawkins in his 2nd season. And man, what he has done for this program in the span of 2 years is incredible. He has some great assistant coaches. Floyd Davis is one of them, a former player. And he has done such a good job. This team went 16-13 in his 1st season last year. But they ended the regular season on a 3-game losing streak. Lost to Governor State in the semifinals of the conference tournament, which obviously left a sour taste in their mouth. But they have done a great job this season, and Coach Jason Hawkins is a big reason for that. And the way he's gotten this team to build their chemistry. And with a ton of transfers this year, they have an insane amount of team chemistry for a team that's only played 14 games with each other this season. Great smothering defense, 10 on the shot clock for the Crusaders. And here's Williams getting inside, dumping it off. Great pass for Williams. Great finish for Tymir Moore. And it's a 2-point lead for the Crimson Wave. Abdoulaye Ba. Good game for Ba against Viterbo. He had 10 points off the bench. Here's Hinton. Also had a great game. 7 points in his 2nd game with the Crimson Wave all time. Off the miss, they get the rebound, the Crusaders, and up ahead comes Cochran. Kicks it back up, open look for Goodman. Shot won't go, rare miss. Aiken couldn't pull in the rebound, but it's out of play. get 3 more substitutions here. They're going to bring Armstrong, Watts, and Vaughter back in the game. So the starters coming back into the game for Great Lakes Christian, trailing, by 2. Here's Baugh, gives it up to Davis. Oh, Davis is going to give it a little bit of a heat check. Going to get a foul on the floor here after the miss. But I like the idea from Davis, channeling his inner Stephen Curry and letting the 3 fly. This is going to be the foul on Watts here. That'll be his first. And it's going to give Calumet a fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock here. Here's Doc. Had a very good start to the game. He's been kind of quiet as he comes off the bench. Davis getting inside, contorting his body and finishing. What a shot by Davis. He's got 5 early points. Now dribbling inside is Cochran, and, it's actually Moore. Tymir Moore is going to go to the line for 2. Aiken is called for the foul. We'll see if we get as many fouls in this game as was called in the women's game. A ton of foul trouble in that women's basketball game. Will we experience the same amount of foul trouble here in the men's? First free throw here is off the mark by Tymir Moore. And Tymir Moore against Ohio Christian only had 2 points, and he was a starter. He'd want to have a better game here against Calumet, but Moore transferred from North Central Michigan College, played 2 seasons there, had a big jump from his freshman to sophomore season, transferred last season and played 10 games, averaging 8.4 points per game. As a junior, as he goes 0 for 2, that one was halfway down and came back out. That's a tough trip to the line. Those 2 misses were pretty close. So still a 4-point lead for Calumet halfway through the first half. I mean, the defense for Great Lakes Christian is incredible. They are staying with these guys as Hinton steps back and hoists a 3. It's off the mark. Baugh grabs the rebound, and they get a fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock. Abdoulaye Baugh so good at those rebounds and those blocks. Doc is tripped up by Tion Armstrong. That'll be his first foul. We got a media break halfway through the first half. 4-point lead for the Crimson Wave, looking for their 3rd straight win. We'll be back after this. We welcome you back halfway through the first half. Let's take a look at some of our scoring leaders. With a 4-point lead for Calumet. 5 points for both Malik Petty and for Quindarius Davis. 4 points for Kyron Dock. Leads the scoring for the Crimson Wave, and then for the Crusaders. 5 points for Savon Campbell. And 3 points for Tion Armstrong, but they just haven't gotten enough offensive production yet in this game out of some of their starters. Is underway again here. Doc's got to get the ball in quickly, and he's going to take a timeout. So already Calumet has used 2 of their timeouts here in the first half. We'll keep it here for the timeout. I want to mention that Mile Ivzic is in the game, the sophomore from Crown Point, Indiana. Went to Don Bosco Institute. Ivzic did. And has played in a couple games. Didn't play in the last game against Viterbo. But he played in a couple other games, including the game against IU South Bend, that overtime defeat. So Kyron Dock was having trouble getting the ball in on that possession and had to use a timeout. So Great Lakes Christian has 3 timeouts left, and Calumet has 2 left. And that's not good, because if they need timeouts late in the stretch, it's going to be very difficult for them if they can't call timeouts and they turn the ball over because of it down to the end part of the game. They do get the ball into Doc. Here's Davis into Ivzic. I don't think he realized how open he was. Misses the shot. Tip back out. Open is Hinton. Straightaway 3. Oh, it takes the lucky bounce. Hey, he gives a little MJ shoulder shrug. Sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good. And he gets that one to go. So it's a 7-point lead for Calumet. Great start for the Crimson Wave, who are obviously on fire, and they have all the wind in their sails right now from their past couple of wins. What a cut inside and the finish, the two-handed flush by Savon Campbell. He has been so good for them this season with 13.6 points per game. That's first on the team. And he's playing exceptionally well here to begin the game here tonight. Doc, airmails the pass to Davis. Now, Davis played football. I mean, he's used to trying to make catches like that, but that might be a little bit overambitious for him. As we will see number 3, DeMarco Coakley, the senior, checked into the game. Is averaging 2.5 points per game. And Coakley transferred from Community Christian College. Transferred last year, played 1 year with the Crusaders. They go to the high post here for Vaughter. Vaughter defended by Ivzic. It looks like he wants to take him one-on-one. Vaughter goes inside, and we get a foul here. See who the foul is going to be on officially. It's either on Hinton or it's on Ivzic. It's going to be on Hinton. It's going to be his first. Going to see Slawinski and Petty check back into the game for Calumet. 2 free throws coming up here for Latavius Vaughter. First free throws off the mark. This team has struggled so far tonight with shooting free throws. Great Lakes Christian. On the season, they're shooting 71% from the free throw line, so it's been pretty good for them, but tonight they just haven't been on their game from the charity stripe. As Petty and Slawinski come in for Ivzic and Kyron Dock. Second free throw is good from the line for Vaughter. 8.5 to play, first half. 21-17. Calumet's done pretty well extending their lead, but Great Lakes Christian is just staying in this one. A steal from Vaughter. He's all alone. Look out. Wow. Latavius Vaughter with the two-handed flush off the steal. Points off turnovers is where Calumet has struggled this season. And the points in the paint. And Great Lakes Christian is doing great with both categories here. Here's Petty. Gives it off to Hinton. That's a contested three. It's off the mark. Look at Abdoulaye Ba flying in for the rebound. Wow. And they get a fresh 20 seconds. Hinton. Gonna take another tough shot. This time Ba can't catch up to it. Here comes Campbell. Inside and Hinton. Oh, wow, what a shot. Oh, my goodness. Count the basket plus the foul. Campbell gets it to go while he's being pulled by Hinton. Let's take a look at this again. Hinton literally pulls him to keep him from scoring, and somehow Campbell gets that shot to go. That's just a foul that you want to take. Maybe the officials are discussing maybe if that's a flagrant or not. That's a flagrant. That could be really costly for Calumet. Let's see here. They're not going to call flagrant. They wanted them to call flagrant. Coach Elijah Kess did. They're not going to call it, though. So they're going to shoot the free throw here. It's going to be Campbell. What a swing of momentum this has been over the last minute or so. I mean, it's been a huge swing. So they're going to count the basket. We're all tied up. This is for the lead. And he cannot give the Crusaders the lead. We're all tied up at 21. Great Lakes Christian on a little bit of a run here. A 6-0 run for the Crusaders to tie it up. Here's Tolliver. Going to get a foul off the ball here. It's going to be on Latavius Vaughter. That's going to be his first. But Calumet one foul away from getting into the bonus, which would be a 1-and-1, as is different compared to the women's side of things, which is 2 shots no matter what. We got some pushing and shoving down in the paint between Vaughter and Slawinski. The way the crowd and the benches are clapping after this, I think we're going to have a little bit of a chippy contest towards the end of things here. But, man, the atmosphere and the vibes from both teams is just, it'll make you got a double technical here. Double technical here. I'm not sure who this is on. Double technical. One on each team. The officials obviously trying to get this game in control early. The coaches of Great Lakes Christian saying that the double technical is offset, which they do. So instead of a couple free throws, it'll be. See who the technicals are on here. They're not saying specific numbers. Trying to listen to the official here. It's going to be on Abdoulaye Ba. So Abdoulaye Ba and Tion Armstrong are both called for technical fouls. The foul's offset, and we'll have a baseline inbound here, but that puts Calumet in the bonus with 7:25 to play in the half. It's also the second foul by Armstrong and the first for Ba. I mean, I don't blame the officials. They got to get this game in control. It's getting a little chippy, and we still have pretty much 27 minutes to play in this game. So they got to get this thing under control. They don't want it to get out of hand here. Here's Petty. Oh, it's going to start getting physical here. Here's Davis driving inside, spinning, gets an open look for two. Money. That's his shot right there, Quindarius Davis. He loves going into the paint and shooting a fadeaway shot from the elbow or the free throw line. He loves that. That and his three-point shot, it's money most of the time. Gives Calumet the lead right back. Oh, great strip by Davis. They're going to say it deflected off of Campbell last. It's a turnover. And we're going to see Sean Goodman and we're going to see Adam Williams checking into the game for Tion Armstrong and for DeMarco Coakley. Off the inbound here. Full court pressure. Calumet is going to have to try to get this ball across quickly, and they do with Davis. Up ahead, it's Ba. Outlets it to Petty. Oh, the bounce pass was deflected and stolen by Devin Watts. And Watts goes inside, and Davis flies in and gets the rejection. Here comes Petty. The lob to Ba. And Ba's fouled by Adam Williams. Oh, my goodness. If Abdoulaye Ba would have gotten that alley-oop to go, this place would have lost its roof. It's going to be a foul, though. It'll send Abdoulaye Ba to the line. And one thing that I noticed from the previous game against Viterbo on Saturday is how well Abdoulaye Ba shot from the free throw line. He was 6 out of 7 from the free throw line as Ba tries to make his first here. And I apologize on behalf of Abdoulaye Ba. I think I might have jinxed him on that one. He misses the first. Man, I gotta learn not to say these things until after the shots. Kind of like a field goal in football. You never want to say that the kicker is perfect until after the kick. Ba misses both. Oh, and Petty takes a big tumble. He's okay, though. Outlet pass to Devin Watts, who's wide open for three. It's off the mark, tipped. Last off of Great Lakes Christian. Abdoulaye Ba checks out of the game for Kyron Dock, who's back in. The 5 on the floor for the Crimson Wave. Quindarius Davis, Malik Petty, Kyron Dock, Tylen Tolliver, and J. Caleb Slawinski. They've got a good scoring lineup out there, but they play really good defensively as well. Tolliver lets it up for Davis. Davis double-teamed. They don't call a jump ball. They'll have 16 seconds here, Calumet. Possession arrow favoring the Crimson Wave. Kyron Dock with 7 seconds. Getting a little shifty with it. Tolliver, a corner three. It's money. We got a foul as well. Count the basket and a foul on the floor. So the shot from Tolliver counts, and they'll get a 1-and-1 shot here. See if we can see it off the ball. Tolliver takes the three, makes it, and I think it's on the box out. It's really tough to see, but Slawinski was kind of knocked over on that play. Dame Cochran is going to come into the game, and so will Tymere Moore. Comes in for Latavius Vaughter and for Devin Watts. This trip to the free throw line is brought to you by IU Northwest, your future, your IU. 1-1 here for J. Caleb Slowinski. This could be a 5-point possession if he can make both. As he makes the first. Calumet, I mean, they scored one of the most points, or one of the most total in points that they've scored all season with 85 against Viterbo on Saturday. They're trending towards that total here in the first half today. They also got 44 points from their bench as Slowinski goes 2 for 2. That's a 5-point possession right there for the Crimson Wave. But their bench has been contributing so well. Their bench outscored Viterbo's bench on Saturday by 21 points. It's just when you can get contributions from your bench like that, it's hard to lose a game. Swing pass across. Cochran launches a deep 3. My goodness. NBA range 3 for Dame Cochran. And it's a 4-point game, but he's able to spark some life for the Crusaders. They don't want to get down by too much against Calumet. Here's Slowinski spinning. He's double-teamed, and it went off of his leg last as a turnover. We're also going to see Trey Ruggles back into the game. He's going to come in for Savon Campbell. With 5:13 to play in the first. See what the Crusaders can do here. I like what they've been doing with kind of going in the paint, compressing the defense, and then kicking it outside to a 3-point shot. This is a mid-range jumper. Won't go in. Doc flies in for the rebound, and here comes Quindarius Davis. He's going to take no risk. He's going to go for the layup. I like the call from Davis. If you can't dunk 100%, if you don't know, just take the layup. Just take the points. And it's a 6-point lead. And I love how quickly Calumet gets out in transition as well. Here's Ruggles getting inside. That shot comes up short, and Kyron Dock gets his second rebound in as many possessions. Gets it, kicks it. Davis, a 3. Ooh, and off the mark. Now Great Lakes Christian the other way here with Adam Williams. Gets inside, tough shot. Well defended by Davis. Tolliver now to Petty. It's like a track meet right now, back and forth, back up and down the floor. And Kyron Dock does a smart move. The junior, the veteran, resets the play. They'll run the half-court set. Dock. Oh, what a move. Oh, what a move by Dock. Shifty move by Kyron Dock, and the Crusaders will take a timeout. Actually, maybe they call a foul here? What are they going to call here? They're going to call a technical foul on Kyron Dock. I think it's, I don't know what that was for, but that was interesting. First free throw goes in. I have no idea what the technical foul was. I apologize to everybody watching right now. And I do like what Coach Elijah Kess is doing right now with his team. He just called out his player Cochran for looking at the Calumet bench after he made the free throw. He doesn't want his team to get in their emotions and make mistakes as Cochran goes 2 for 2. I think Coach Kess is just trying to calm the game down right now. (32-26) is the score. Man, I mean, the emotions in this game, I didn't know these two teams were kind of rivals like that, but they're playing like they've been rivals for 100 years. Right now, at the amount of emotions and the craziness that's been happening in this game. Great drive to the rim by Tion Armstrong. Just beat Malik Corley to the step. Corley checking into the game. He just fresh off the bench. I don't think he was ready as Petty gets by. There's a lot of contact there. They're going to call this here on number 7, Trey Ruggles. That's going to be his first double bonus for the Crimson Wave. So they get 2 free throws no matter what, make or miss. 3:32 to go. I don't think the refs realize it's a media timeout. I think we have a media timeout. I think the referees don't realize that. I think they're going to call a media timeout right after this. As Petty goes 2 for 2. We'll take a media timeout. 3:32 to play in the first half. Calumet looking real good. They lead by 6. 3:32 to play in the first half. You're watching Calumet College of St. Joseph's men's basketball here on the Heartland Sports Network. The first game was a W for Great Lakes Christian women's team over Calumet women's team. And now the CCSJ men's team has a 6-point lead over the Great Lakes Christian men's team, 34-28. 9 points for Savon Campbell leads the way for the Crusaders. 9 points for Quindarius Davis leads the way for the Crimson Wave. 5 turnovers for Calumet, 3 for Great Lakes Christian. Tiana Armstrong kicks it to Watts. Watts dribbling inside. Fadeaway jumper. Can't get that one to go. Look at Davis going sky high, climbing the ladder for the rebound. Gets it inside to Slowensky, who dribbles it and kicks it out of play. You know, J. Caleb Slowensky is such a great player. You can't be upset at him when he makes mistakes. And the first thing Malik Petty does is goes and gives him a high five to let him know it's just a mistake. Move on to the next play. Inside Moore, lost the handle. Tolliver steals it, and then Moore tips it out of play. It'll be Calumet ball as Ramin Hinton and Kyron Dock checking into the game for Malik Corley and Tylen Tolliver. 2:53 to go in the first half. I mean, the Calumet women's team has played a lot of games, but also the men's team has played a lot of games too. They just played a game on Wednesday against Judson, a game on Saturday against IU South, 2 Saturdays ago against IU South Bend, Wednesday against Judson, and Saturday against Viterbo. Now they got a game here, and then a game on Wednesday against Olivet. Offensive rebound pulled in from Doc. Kicks it to Petty. That's a deep, deep three. Won't go. Doc flies in for a second rebound, but he stepped on the line. Stepped on the line. It's out of play. Cochran comes in. So does Vaughter. Comes in for Moore and comes in for Goodman. But, man, the crowd tonight has come up and has shown out tonight. I mean, the atmosphere in the pregame was just incredible. It's a real testament to what Coach Jason Hawkins is doing for this program. He is bringing them to where they believe they should be. That's at the top of the CCAC. Devin Watts traveled. Do not count the basket. That's a travel, and it'll be Calumet ball. The turnovers starting to rack up for both teams down the stretch here in the first half. As Petty brings it ahead. I love this matchup between Petty and between him and Armstrong. It's a matchup between two great guards who are so quick and agile. They can score and they can play great defense against each other. As Doc is going to be fouled by Cochran. That's going to be his first. It's going to be a double bonus here, and this is the problem with fouling so many times so early. You put your opponents in a 2 free throw situation for the remainder of the half, and you cannot expect yourself to not foul at least a couple times before halftime. And first one goes in for Doc, who has 5 points. Doc trying to make it 2 for 2, and he does. 6 points for Kyron Doc. Who can win these last 2 minutes of the first half? Here's Devin Watts. They switch. Hinton stays on him as much as he possibly can. They find the cut. Great layup opportunity for Cochran, but he misses. Hinton stays with it. Kicks it across. They get it up ahead to Davis. Quindarius Davis driving inside. Gets it to go through contact. He took a tumble on that one, but he gets that shot to go. 11 points for Davis. It's a 10-point lead for Calumet, their first double-digit lead of the game with a minute to go in the half. Get it to Cochran again. He lost the handle. It's stolen by Slowinski. And Petty got a piece of that too. Still have a lot of time. They don't really need to be in a hurry. Petty for Doc. Here he is again. Gets it down to Doc. He's wide open. Elects not to take the shot. 7 on the shot clock for Doc. Razzle dazzle. Doc comes up short and misses. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here comes Armstrong. Swing pass over to the side. It's Ruggles, a left side three. Can't get it to go. Here comes Hinton. Hinton looking for help. Gives it up to Davis. Davis bounce pass to Petty. That one deflects off of Ruggles last, but they had a 3-on-1 and did not score. 20 seconds. Cochran will head to the bench in place of Tymere Moore. Also, DeMarco Coakley is going to come in for Trey Ruggles. 20 seconds. See if Calumet decides to go quick and give the Crusaders a little life at the end of the half. Oh, they turn it over. The pass from Petty was too out of reach for Slowinski. And they are going to give Great Lakes Christian a chance to score before halftime, whether they like it or not. 18.2 seconds. Abdoulaye Ba checks into the game for Ramin Hinton. Coach Hawkins going deep into his bench. And by deep, I mean he's using his bench a lot in this game. I think he saw the amount of bench points his team scored in the last game, 44 against Viterbo, and he's using his bench more for this one. 8 seconds to play in the half. Armstrong gets inside, kicks it to the corner. A jumper for Coakley. Can't get it to go at the end of the half. And Calumet is right where they want to be. Oh, my God. Well, I don't know if you saw that on the broadcast. Abdoulaye Ba just hit a half-court shot. It didn't count, but that was actually more like a three-quarters court shot. Kind of caught me by surprise, but Calumet in a good spot. Up 38-28 at the end of the first half. We'll have some halftime stats coming up next after this break. You're watching Calumet College of St. Joseph's men's basketball on the Heartland Sports Network.